Why dogs watch their owners so closely. The secret reason. Your dog has been watching you for the last 10 minutes. You moved to the kitchen. Their eyes followed. You sat back down. They shifted position. You haven't said a word, but somehow they already know something is happening. Why? What are they actually looking for? There's a moment almost every dog owner has experienced. You're sitting quietly, maybe reading or watching TV, and you look up to find your dog staring directly at you. Calm, steady, almost like they're trying to read your thoughts. Most people smile and look away, but scientists didn't look away. They kept watching, because what they discovered changed everything we thought we knew about the dog-human relationship. Dogs don't just love their owners. They study them. Constantly. Deliberately. With a level of social intelligence that rivals even some primates. And the reason they watch you so closely isn't just loyalty or habit. It goes far deeper than that into evolution, neuroscience, and a bond that has been quietly forming for over 15,000 years. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, the way you look at your dog will never be the same. Here's something most dog owners never think about. Dogs are one of the only animals on Earth that look to humans for guidance. Not just their owners. Humans, in general. Wolves, the ancestors of dogs, don't do this. When wolves face a problem they can't solve, they keep trying on their own, or they give up. But dogs, they stop, turn, and look directly at the nearest human, as if asking for help. Researchers at the Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology studied this closely, and what they found was remarkable. Behavior called referential looking appears to be unique to domesticated dogs. It isn't trained. Puppies do it instinctively, before they've ever been taught a single command. Over thousands of years of living alongside humans, dogs didn't just learn our routines. They evolved a social orientation toward us that is genuinely biological. And it gets more interesting. Dogs also developed something. Wolves don't have muscles above their eyes that allow them to raise their inner eyebrows. This creates the wide, soft expression we find so emotionally irresistible. Scientists believe this feature was naturally selected because humans responded more warmly to dogs who could make that face. Dogs, in a very real sense, evolved to communicate with human eyes. So when your dog watches you, they're not just being sweet. They are using a biological tool designed over millennia specifically to connect with you. But what exactly are they watching for? Dogs are extraordinary readers of human body language, far more skilled than most people realize. Studies from the University of Lincoln and other leading animal behavior institutions have consistently shown that dogs can detect subtle changes in human posture, facial expression, and movement with almost startling accuracy. When you reach for your shoes, they know you're leaving. When you lean back and relax, they settle. When you tense up, their ears go back. They are reading hundreds of tiny physical signals every single day, building a constantly updated picture of your emotional and physical state. One fascinating study found that dogs can even distinguish between a happy human face and an angry one, not based on tone of voice, but purely from visual cues. They were shown photographs. Just photographs. And they consistently oriented toward happy faces rather than angry ones. Think about your own dog for a moment. Have you ever noticed them shift their position the second your mood changes, even before you've spoken a word? That's not coincidence. That's surveillance. Quiet, affectionate, deeply intelligent surveillance. Now, here's where it becomes truly extraordinary. Because dogs aren't just watching with their eyes. A dog's sense of smell is estimated to be between 10,000 and 100,000 times more sensitive than a human's. They have up to 300 million olfactory receptors in their nose, compared to our 6 million. But what researchers have discovered in recent years is that dogs don't just smell the world. They smell your emotions. When humans experience fear, stress, or anxiety, our bodies release specific chemical compounds. Changes in cortisol, adrenaline, and sweat composition. Dogs can detect these shifts in real time. A 2080 study, published in the journal Animal Cognition, confirmed that dogs exposed to human stress odor showed measurably elevated stress responses themselves. They weren't just reacting to a nervous owner's behavior. They were literally smelling the emotion. This explains something dog owners often describe but struggle to explain, that their dog just knew something was wrong before anyone said anything, before anything visibly changed. Your dog wasn't guessing. They were reading a chemical message written in the air around you, and they watch your face at the same moment they process that scent, combining visual and olfactory data in real time, building a picture of you that is more complete than anything you've consciously communicated. Scientists used to be cautious about saying dogs experience love. Not anymore. Research conducted by neuroscientist Dr. Gregory Burns at Emory University used MRI brain scans on awake, trained dogs. One of the first times this had ever been done. The results were clear. When dogs smelled the scent of their owner, the caudate nucleus, a region of the brain associated with reward, positive emotion, and attachment, activated strongly, more strongly than for any other smell, including food. Dogs don't just feel comfortable around their owners. They experience something neurologically similar to what humans feel during positive social bonding, and that attachment drives the watching behavior in a direct way. Studies on dog-owner attachment mirror what psychologists call secure attachment in human infants. A securely attached child keeps visual contact with a parent, using them as a safe base, checking back in, monitoring their state. Dogs do exactly the same thing. When your dog watches you from across the room, they're not just waiting for a walk or a treat. They are maintaining a bond. They are, in the language of attachment science, keeping you close. Here's something that might surprise you. Dogs have an extraordinarily well-developed sense of time, not in the way humans read clocks, but through circadian rhythm, routine pattern recognition, and something researchers believe may be a sensitivity to the fading of your personal scent in a space. Alexandra Horowitz, a cognitive scientist at Barnard College, an author of Inside of a Dog, has written extensively about how dogs may track the passage of time, partly through how much your scent has dissipated in a room. The longer you've been gone, the fainter the smell, and dogs appear to use this as a timer. This is why many dogs begin waiting by the door before their owner actually arrives home. They aren't psychic. They're calculating, using scent, internal rhythm, and learned schedule to predict your return with impressive accuracy. And this is also why they watch you so carefully as you prepare to leave. Every step of your departure routine, the bag, the keys, the jacket, has been cataloged, memorized, and assigned meaning. Most dog owners never notice the depth of this observation until the day they do something slightly out of order, and their dog reacts with visible confusion. Your dog has memorized your life in careful, attentive detail. We've talked about evolution, attachment, smell, emotion, and routine. But there is one final discovery that researchers find genuinely astonishing, and most dog owners have never heard of it. Dogs follow the direction of human gaze. If you look at an object, a dog will look at it too. If you glance toward a corner of the room, your dog will check that corner. This behavior, called gaze following, was long thought to be exclusive to primates. The idea was that only animals with complex social cognition could track where another being was directing their attention. Dogs do it naturally. Even puppies, with minimal human exposure, show early signs of this behavior. But here's the part that truly surprises scientists. Dogs follow human gaze more reliably than they follow the gaze of other dogs. They have, through thousands of years of coevolution, learned to treat human attention as meaningful information. More meaningful, in many social contexts, than signals from their own species. They are, in a very real sense, tuned into us, not trained to be, not conditioned to be, tuned in at a level that appears to be deep in their social biology. So why does your dog watch you so closely? Because you are their world, and they have spent 15,000 years learning to read it. Every glance your dog gives you carries something ancient in it, an evolved instinct, a neurological bond, a sensory system trained over countless generations to understand a single creature. You. They watch your face for mood. They read your body for intention. They smell your emotions before you've named them yourself. They memorize your routines, anticipate your movements, and keep you in sight the way a secure and loving presence keeps track of someone they care about. Modern science hasn't diminished the wonder of this. It has deepened it, because now we know when your dog looks at you, something real is happening in their brain and body, something that, by any honest measure, deserves to be called connection. Next time your dog stares at you from across the room, don't just smile and look away. Look back. because they've been paying attention this whole time, and now, so have you. Does your dog do this? Drop a comment below and tell us, how does your dog watch you, and when do you notice it most? We'd love to hear your story.